Now who wanna move closer on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah we got 'em, yeah we fought 'em. Like that black and orange bottle, bingo bottle, never stop it. To the beast and load 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world.
What's up, everybody? This is Ted Karras for the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cincy Hat, and you're watching Bengals and Brews.
What's up, man?
The Bengals do have a game tonight, and we're all excited about it. But you know what? There was actually some excitement over the weekend. Whoa. The Reds clinched a playoff spot, boys.
Yeah, that's right. To the Reds.
They lost the last game, but and I barely watched the Reds through the season, but like it gets exciting at this time, so I was watching the Reds. Yeah. But hell, I was watching the Marlins versus Mets yesterday because we needed the Marlins to win. Guess what those beautiful sons of bitches did? They went and beat the Mets 4-0, clinched the Reds a playoff spot, man. How excited were you guys?
Excited as hell. Hey, so get this. The Mets had the second highest payroll in the league behind the Dodgers, and the Reds had like the 21st highest payroll. So suck it, Mets. You spent all that money.
Yeah, the Mets, weren't they like 40 and something? They're the best
team. They had the best record in the majors. Yeah. I think since June, they went 34-55 or something. They just totally tanked it. I had family members telling me the Reds shouldn't be in the playoffs. I'm like, what the fuck do the Mets have deserving to be in the playoffs for when they tanked? So I don't want to hear that.
Well, if we're going to talk Reds, the Castellini should put someone on the payroll and pay him a little bit of money to come over to your house and push that fucking button on your computer that makes your voice not scratchy.
Yeah, you're scratchy, Chop, but I hear you.
Tyler Kelly wants to know who is leading the AFC North currently.
Your mom.
He's at work, and he hasn't had time to look it up, he said.
Yeah, your mom. That's who, motherfucker. Settle down. Go ahead, Dale. Ignore that guy. I'm sorry. I got no sleep. I'm a little slap happy.
Yeah, the Steelers are 3-1. You know, good for them. I always say it's a week-to-week league. Like, obviously, that did not look like the same Minnesota team that dog walked us the week before against the Steelers. Nope. I don't know, man. Carson Wentz is he's very mediocre to below mediocre. He's probably below average quarterback. It's just when you turn the ball over 5 times, you didn't even really give a chance to see that Wentz. Yeah. That's what I was kind of talking about. It is what it is. You've just got to move on. You got to play better tonight. But, good for the Steelers. I mean, good for them, honestly. And it looks like Watt's coming back to life a little bit, along with the rest of that pass rush. So, they got a decent defense. We'll see if Aaron Rodgers can keep just playing decent enough ball and if they can get enough wide receiver. Obviously, DK Metcalf's on my fantasy team, so I was like, let's go yesterday as far as that part of it because that guy was balling out.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Dustin, you know what I just realized? Clearly you missed the memo. Apparently it's camouflage hat day and all that and stuff. You missed our memo right here, right?
No, I don't think I got a bunch of camo pants. But
That's because he didn't get the memo because earlier he said he might not be making the show. So
that's right.
Probably didn't get sent to him. But yeah, sorry.
And to be fair, I didn't even notice that we all had camo on.
Yeah, well, technically mine's not really camo. My camo is orange and blackish camo. I haven't worn this hat in forever. I'm like, okay, here we go.
That is legitimately still camo, Greg. It doesn't matter the colors.
Okay. That's right, man.
Well, sorry, Dustin. I tried to help you out here.
No, you're good, man. I mean, I had a bunch of camo pants growing up because I listened to hardcore music like Hatebreed and stuff, and I still do. So, and Pantera, so I was always cutting my camo pants into shorts because Phil and Sama always did that. So I mimicked that. So I still to this day do have some camo shorts.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna come back sometime.
I fell asleep on a fence at Ozfest to Hatebreed. I may have been high on the marijuana.
I have
may have been high on the marijuana.
Were you in Columbus for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at that show. I was there.
Ozzy wasn't there.
Sleeping on the fence
that year.
Yeah, that was true.
Was it the year Ozzy wasn't there?
Yeah, I think it was 01. Yeah. Or
02. It was 02. It's right after I graduated high school. So it's 2002, if that was the same year. And so we were at the same concert. I was the guy passed out on the fence during the stage 1 because that was on stage 1. I was awake for stage 2, but I took a little siesta at stage 1.
Man, I still talk to my friends about that Ozfest is one of the greatest things that happened to me in my life. Like so many great bands when you go through the lineups, it's just so sick. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he probably will do a mouth dancing segment with Greg at some point, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm old, Tyler Kelly. I graduated around the time Tyler Kelly was being born. Maybe Tyler Kelly is my son.
Could be.
He could be.
He's odd.
I got to tell you, though, if you want to get in there, it'll narrow it down between you and about fucking 5,000 other dudes. This motherfucker's taking a school bus to Maury Povich. Tell him.
Isn't every Steelers fan? They all look inbred.
Yeah, well, man.
All right. We'll get it back on the rails.
I do love the guy, though. And he's about to fucking make money off of me because of fucking Joe Burrow's toe.
Well, I tell you what, since we're talking injuries, not just the Bengals, but the Ravens. Oh, baby. Yeah, they've been really
the 1-3 Baltimore Ravens, Greg.
Yeah, their injuries are
1-3.
What? 30
and
to
Lamar
17.
gave up. Lamar gave up on the game.
Fucking Lamar
gave up.
Limp at all over to the sideline and doesn't come back in. That motherfucker quit.
Well, hey, what's the other injuries, Greg?
Oh yeah, let me check. Sorry,
you brought it up. I thought you had it ready.
No, I don't know. I fell asleep when I got home from work. So all right, I'll start out. Marlon Humphrey, who was ruled out with a calf injury on Sunday, expected to miss a couple of weeks. Not as bad as it could have been, although. Oh God, I gotta read all this shit. All the soft tissue appear to be week to week, not major. Next on the list is Roquan Smith, diagnosed with a grade 2 hamstring strain. Sources say no miss a few weeks. Another Baltimore injury, and also how do you pronounce his name? Adubuke out for the season with a neck injury. And Lamar, I haven't heard anything from Lamar, but isn't it week to week?
Because nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. That motherfucker walked off that field like he didn't have a limp, nothing. He went over there, like flipped his helmet off.
Come on, Pork Chop. Harbaugh said he couldn't go back in the game.
Yeah, he couldn't go back in. Whatever.
The Ravens are a classic example of like, you got to be constantly keeping your roster young.
Yeah.
Like, I want to scream that from the mountaintops. Look what happened to the Bengals last year when we went back to old players. You know, slow, injured, banged up. Like, you got to be infusing your roster with younger players over and over again, because older players, they start to break down, they get hurt, they miss time. I actually think the Ravens could potentially, because they had a lot of warts to begin with, you know, and they played a tough schedule. But if you look at some of the stats of like how they started with that many yards and points given up, I think Jay Morrison put a stat up there that most of those teams finished below 500.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm not big into predictions in the NFL.
No, I'm not either, Dustin.
Yeah, I don't go through the fucking schedule and predict every game. You just never know. You know, it's just a crazy league.
Yeah, Chop, there's another update popped up on me about Lamar. What did he say and all that? God damn it. I missed it, but Harbaugh's still backing him. Here we go. Oh, damn it, I missed it. Here it is. Ravens coach John Harbaugh and QB Lamar Jackson. The way I know Lamar, he could have gone in the game. He would have been in the game. That's how Lamar is. That does open the door to Jackson missing next Sunday versus the Texans.
Nah.
He would have, Chop. He would have.
I don't know what the fuck is going on with the Ravens as a team, though, man. Their locker room's got to be pretty toxic right now.
I mean, but that's like you said it. They drafted. They still got a lot of great young players and all that and stuff. But I mean, Cooper Rush. Here's the problem. It's different with Lamar because Cooper Rush comes in. Your whole offense has changed. Your whole offense has to change now that Cooper Rush is coming in, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we got a little bit of that here because we can't run the same goddamn offense that Joe Burrow did with Jake Brown.
Yeah, no. I mean, when you go to your backup quarterback, like, you got to definitely install a new plan. I would say Derrick Henry has just been okay this year. You know, can they get him going?
Hey, Derrick Henry that watches this show because he didn't wear them goddamn sleeves, did he? Remember, Corey told him, don't wear those sleeves.
That's true.
Derrick Henry didn't wear them sleeves. So, Derrick Henry. Go ahead. Join the chat, bro.
Yeah, Taylor, I was hearing so people gassing up Mike Green so much, and all I do is seeing him getting owned. Like this is AFC North football. Like you're gonna get pushed around. He better get his weight up. But yeah, Dale popped off. So I guess for tonight, what are your guys overall thoughts on the game? Okay.
So John Gruden John Gruden was talking about this. I saw key matchup to the game. Here's a good one. Bowles, the left tackle for Denver. He's been killing it so far the start of the season. I think PFF has him ranked as the top tackle. Only give a couple of pressures. So the key matchup for him is going to be Bowles versus Hendrickson. That's going to be a good matchup right there to see. And Hendrickson.
So we're doing key matchups. Well, my computer completely it did weird stuff. I thought my computer was done. But I held the button down and eventually turned off, and I turned it back on and it's working. But that was weird.
I swear to God, the whole time I see your screen and you got that look like you're doing the comments or something.
Yeah, I went to put a comment up and the whole screen, there was just black lines and
the comment was up there forever. But when you disappeared, I was like, oh shit, you were frozen.
Yeah,
the entire time.
Yeah. Wild. Anyway, so yeah, Garrett Bowles versus Trey Hendrickson's key matchup. Chop, you got one. I know you've been grinding the tape here since Joe Burrow got hurt. Yeah. You've been really into the Bengals.
The key matchup is fucking Jesus Christ. Just the offense, the entire fucking offense. Let's do something. How about we rush for over a half a fucking yard per carry tonight? That's fair. Our running game against their defense. How's that sound? Less than Chase Brown, 0.3 fucking yards per carry. Let's do better. My fucking people are talking about their dead grandma. My dead grandma. Let's put her in a fucking wheelchair and push her through the line because it'll do better than that.
Yeah, I'll say and I wrote about some key players on Cincy Jungle. You guys should go check out the articles. Only writing 2 or 3 a week. Not trying to go crazy on there, but I appreciate you guys.
They're the best
checking those out. But one of my main ones, is obviously Orlando Brown. He's got to bounce back, play better. But it's Mims as part of that, honestly, because they got Jonathan Cooper, Nick Benito, those guys, man. If they start teeing off on us, it's going to be a long night. So that's probably my biggest. Matchup based wise is our tackles against those. Now, obviously, you want to see the interior O-line play better than they have to, but man, our tackles got to hold up because those guys are going to bring the pressure. They're going to bring blitzes. You got to be able to pick up stunts. You got to be able to pick up the blitz. You got to be able to do all that stuff. So that's one of mine. How about for you, Dustin?
Yeah, I think obviously offensive line gets their D line really key. It's going to be interesting to see Bonito against Brown. Hoping to see Brown bounce back a little bit. I say some things on Denver's defense we can take advantage of. I think our linebackers, if we can isolate them and get some matchups against them in coverage, that would be nice to see. I also think Denver's one of those teams where, they play fast, they shoot gaps, they have pass rushers that want to get after it. Take advantage of that, right? Take advantage of some of that undisciplinary kind of havoc that they try to create, and you could do that through scheming, through running the ball too. I mean, the best way to slow down a pass rush is run the ball. So we definitely got to establish a run tonight. But at the same time, I also want us just to attack, not conservative, run the ball, however, play with some tempo, get them on the heels a little bit, try to get out to an early lead because I'm actually confident in our defense tonight. Because I'm just not a Bo Nix guy, and I don't think he's playing that well this year, so we'll see. But I really kind of think the key of this game is controlling that defensive front and taking advantage of the opportunities that we can. The other one, obviously, is I know that Riley Moss is one of the most targeted DBs in the National Football League, and that's
he ate his asshole last year too.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, so. Can we isolate him and get him in some unfavorable matchups? I think Riley Moss is a good player, actually. So I don't think we just can assume that's just going to happen again. But definitely somebody that we're going to have to attack and take advantage of. I think it would be nice to move Chase around a lot, get him in the slot more, kind of move him away from Pat Surtain. So maybe we can scheme up some things for him. So, yeah, I think we got to be multiple tonight, establish a run, get better matchups, take advantage of the opportunities that we can with Denver, because I think there are. If you go back to San Diego's game last week, they got loose on them on a couple of deep pass plays. They did hit Justin Herbert a lot too. I mean, Herbert's offense line is being held together by like fucking popsicle sticks right now. But so yeah, I mean, definitely got to control the line of scrimmage.
And you can't turn the ball over 5 times. We got to think, we have to try to win the turnover battle, or at least be within one of the turnover battle, like 2-1 or something like that. It can't be 5-0 like last week. It'll get ugly. And I think that was a great point you made about getting an early lead. I think that's going to be so key in this game, because you don't want their defense to be able to tee off. You don't want to be playing catch up and have to feel like you have to throw the ball for that defense. You don't want your defense to feel like they have to play perfect because they're behind. So if you could get an early lead, maybe you start hearing some boo birds for Bo Nix if he's struggling, because I know he has not looked good this year, like you mentioned. I know he's had 2 out of his 3 games were like really bad. He's averaging like 170 yards per game, basically. And I was never a huge believer in him anyways. I think they got to do a lot of stuff via the short game, and then every now and then they can hit one over the top. But I don't know, man. I just think there's a way for this defense to get 2 or 3 turnovers tonight, but you got to be able to slow down. Like J.K. Dobbins is having a pretty good season. He's running for over 5 yards per carry so far this year. They got R.J. Harvey. That's a rookie. Maybe we see a little bit more of him tonight too. I mean, they got decent receivers, but they haven't been consistent because the quarterback play hasn't been consistent. So if you can keep this game close, maybe Bo Nix makes some mistakes, and that helps us get this victory. I think it's possible. So, Greg, you got any other key matchups, or where do you want to go with it next, brother?
Hey, it's always possible. Midwest Best Barbecue and the Chop Shop, proud sponsor of the show. It's always possible. Every time you stick with these two, it's going to be always possible.
Wait, are they open today? Aren't they closed on Mondays sometimes?
Stop it. Okay, except for Monday and Tuesday.
Well, then it's not always possible, to be fair.
Okay, and with the exception of Monday and Tuesday.
Load up on your Midwest Best Barbecue on Sunday, since they're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Yes.
You make sure you get extra on Sunday.
Exactly. To load yourself up for a couple of days. Hey, so technically, Dale, thank you for pointing that out. Just load up on Sunday for hibernation for 2 days.
Yeah.
Well, Taylor asked here, does Al Golden just hate blitzing? And Dustin, I know that you were talking about that watching NFL games, and it's very prevalent. We saw it last week, just Minnesota versus Cincinnati. Teams are bringing the freaking blitz nonstop, and the Steelers felt like they were bringing the blitz a lot. I know they've got a good front, but there's a lot of teams that were bringing the blitz just over and over and over again. So Taylor asked, does Al Golden just hate blitzing?
Well, he blitzed a lot at Notre Dame, and he left his corner on islands. So it's kind of we're one of the lower blitzing teams this year so far. I think we are generating a little bit of pressure with some of the stunts and the loops that we're deploying. So I think our blitzes have been timely and effective. You don't want to blitz just to blitz. You want those to be effective. So I feel like on some of the blitzes we have gotten home on them. So that's the key. But yeah, we'll kind of see as the season goes on. I mean, obviously the first month you're still trying to figure out your team. Maybe it's a little bit of that. Is he as confident in his corners to hold up and, on islands? I don't know. Maybe he has to see a little bit more from those guys to be able to, because anytime you're blitzing, you're exposing your back end, right? So, if
he's blitzing or not blitzing, honestly, I still don't have a ton of fault with the defense as a whole. The start of this season has been poor offense and poor offensive line, inconsistent O-line play across the board, some bad quarterback plays, the inability to run the ball. I think a lot more of our problems start on the offensive side of the ball. Am I wrong on that?
No, I don't think you are. I kind of feel like it's just our offense has been, I mean, any statistical category you look at towards the bottom of the league. So definitely, I was talking to you guys when we were kind of texting around. I almost wouldn't mind if we come out and our defense just completely dominates and we kind of win more that way, because that makes me feel good about the season that our because your defense, if you have a great defense, it can keep you in most games. Now, with our weapons, we want to be explosive. That's fun to watch. But maybe this season we can just scratch and claw our way to victories, by having a dominant defense. Now, I don't know if our defense has that ceiling, but yeah, it'd be fun to see if our defense can just shut these guys down tonight.
Yeah, I also do not mind if we have a dominant defense.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah,
Chop loves a nice D.
I love a nice D. I like a dominant D.
Ooh. He loves to be a power bottom 5,000.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. He likes that D that puts you on your ass.
Put the D on
Keeps you there.
Yeah, it keeps you there.
Hold
Like
it down. Gotcha.
not a pancake block. Like what gets you excited is when you watch Reggie White used to do those swim moves and just knock people off their ass. That gets you going. That's how much you like the D.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know that there's a lot of Bengals, and the Bengals have a game tonight. We talked a little Reds. We've talked some Bengals. It was a loaded college football, guys. So I would like to talk some college football at some point. But I want Greg, you and Chop, anything else you guys want to talk about specifically about the Bengals for tonight before we transition and maybe do a little recap of the college football weekend?
Just fucking win.
That's kind of where I'm at. And I think that's like I know a lot of times we could sit on here and we can just go over a million things, but it's like if you come out and you look like you did last week, we're going to all try to go to sleep. That's my problem. Like these games, I'm like, if we're sucking, I'm going to sleep at like by halftime at least. And I'm too pissed off if we're sucking usually to even go to sleep.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's going to be a competitive game. I think it will be one of those games that are fourth quarter game. And, somebody makes some plays. Somebody get a tip pass, interception, Trey. Let's get one of your dominant, fourth quarters where you take over a game. That would be awesome. Hey, special teams. Let's get something going on special teams. Maybe a punt return that flips the field position.
Could we block a field goal or something? Like everyone seems to be doing that nowadays.
Dude, what is up with that? That's like the common theme across the NFL. Everybody's blocking kicks. It's insane.
But well, you know what? I watched another thing with John Gruden. He's just pissed off with all the injuries going on in the NFL. He says that teams are not practicing as much as they used to because I think the NFL wants to be more safer from injuries. But he says he thinks less practicing or less training camp. I think he was saying that's how injuries are occurring more. He said, I believe.
Yeah, it's. I mean, look at the Chargers probably lost Joe Alt for 3 to 4 weeks. Who knows? Herbert, the way he's getting hit, insane.
There's also former players talking about the artificial turf and stuff instead of grass and things like that, which has been something that's talked about. The Bengals changed theirs, but a lot of teams have now gone to turf. And there's got to be something, right? There's got to be some reason that there's this many injuries. And maybe it's a combination of all those things. It's, training camp is so much more dialed back than it used to be.
Oh, yeah.
But also the turf, if it's, I don't know, man, but it's like an epidemic. Not just this year, but the last few years with injuries. And I know it's easy for us to say as Bengals fans because Joe Burrow's been injured a lot, but it's everywhere.
Well, guess who's had the best injury luck the last couple of years?
Eagles.
I was gonna say Eagles. Does their offensive line? I know Lane Johnson went out last week. Do any of their offensive line ever miss time? It's insane.
I don't think so.
They've had 0 injuries the last couple.
Well,
of years.
they get injured and then they still come back sooner than expected too.
Well,
steroids. They're giving them steroids.
Even though this isn't too relevant, my nephew was telling me how Lane Johnson has a 99 rating in Madden. He's like, that's stupid. I'm like, dude, that dude's been the best right tackle last couple of years. He hasn't gotten hurt, like you said, Dustin. That dude is an unstoppable machine. I'm not surprised at all he's a 99 in Madden.
Dude, once you see him get on somebody blocking, they don't move. They literally just give up because they're like, we can't get around this fucker. But yeah, the injuries are pretty alarming because I was texting with you guys yesterday as we kind of transitioned to college. The NFL is just kind of boring to watch these days. I'm not gonna lie. It's the first play of the series, incomplete pass, run on second down. It goes to 2nd and 7. Third and 7, somebody gets sacked. You got your sticker?
No, I'm thinking about Chop's shirt he made. So if you also have a sticker, the Bengals, see, I don't have 5. I would have had 5. I would have got a cool sticker that said 5 this year.
Cinco.
but I didn't renew my season tickets. But if you want a shirt that says I went to Paycor Stadium and all I got was this lousy sticker or whatever, this sticker, I don't know what exactly the wording.
Lousy sticker. It says lousy.
Lousy. Okay, I thought, but it's like I could be wrong. Yeah, there's a shirt on the Chop Shop. Shout out Brandon. It's his idea. Brandon got his shirt.
Mm-hmm. He got one. He put a picture of it on Twitter.
Yeah. But Chop, anything else before we transition to college?
Well, I was just gonna say, man, this game, I don't even know, man. I've been so back and forth about what's going on, but this is the show me game. Show me what you are. Are you last week, or are you the week before that? Maybe minus one of those turnovers, at least, Jake Browning, please. You know, that fucking song that Jeff was playing on his song has just been haunting me in my head. I believe in Jake Browning.
It's like I believe for 1 week. I told myself I was going to give myself 6 days or whatever to believe. And then when we came out and played like shit, I was like, I'm pretty much out. But I have not given up on this season. It doesn't have to be on his shoulders, but this defense may have to carry us.
Yeah, I'm giving it this week to see what's up, man. I mean, it's another good defense, and they got good corners, so I'm willing to see what's happening, man. But I'm on the fence, just like you were at Ozfest, Dale. I am on the fence.
I got one more thing. I was talking to a friend of mine. This is how much I know about soccer, but apparently in soccer, when teams go to the playoffs, you're allowed to rent a player who's not in the playoffs or the playoffs. Let me ask you this: would you incorporate that in the NFL? Would you do that for the NFL? Like, all right, say if, even though Cleveland would never do this because they're a rival, say if we're in the playoffs that Cleveland isn't, hypothetically, Joe Burrow's not healthy and stuff, would the Browns say, look, we'll let you rent Myles Garrett for the entire playoffs in exchange for a first-round pick?
I mean, is that true? Because that's fucking crazy if so.
No, soccer, it is allowed. I was told it was allowed.
In Europe or what?
I don't know where exactly, but apparently you're allowed to rent a player. Right? Like, Dale, would you rent?
I don't think that's necessarily for the playoffs. I think that's for different things. Like kind of like hockey, you can send a player back to a different conference. I don't know about playoffs for.
All right, say if hypothetically,
Dale was a big soccer guy back. A lot of people don't know this, but that was Dale's sport. That he was like.
Well, it was actually basketball. It was basketball.
You were a fucking soccer player, Dale. Settle down.
Well, Dale, you might be. So I do like the idea in the Premier League. Don't they have relegation? Like if you suck, you can get relegated.
Yeah. And you got to be good, to move up divisions and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think
Ohio State would be an NFL team for sure.
Yeah.
Then we can just relegate out. I don't know.
Yeah, they'd be like the Carolina Panthers. LSU would be the power.
No, seriously. Say if that would be allowed to happen, you could just rent a player for the playoffs. Say if the Browns said, "Okay, we'll let you rent."
Yeah, that shit is never happening. I'm
just saying, if the Browns approached you and said, we want your first round pick in exchange for letting you have Myles Garrett for the playoffs, I would fucking do it.
I do think the NFL has to think about something with the rosters because this is like 3 or 4 straight years of these massive injuries, and when you're down to your 3rd and 4th string tackle, what are you supposed to do? Like if you're down to your 2nd tackle, hell, you're struggling. You know what I mean? Like they
expanded the practice squad, so they've tried to do something to help. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They have done that. That's true.
When do they have to put out the injury report? Someone in the chat was talking about Cam Taylor-Britt, if he's out or not. So I was looking it up, and it says unspecified.
Well, we won't have the active or inactive till usually 3 or 4 hours before the game, something like that.
The only 2 that are out are what
Noah Fant and Tamar Stewart are out, and then P. Ryan, Reisner, and Juice are all unspecified.
Well, questionable. They're probably all questionable designation, and I think he's going to play, but it's probably one of those things that will depend when he goes out there and warms up on the field. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Bonito, you guys were talking about, he's on their injury report. So.
Shit. I'd love to see him not play. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I think they got to call. I think Denver's in good shape health-wise. I mean, obviously, minus Burrow. I think for the most part, we're okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but no. Like I said, when a buddy of mine a friend of my work was telling me that, I just thought that was really intriguing. If I could rent a player, I would do it.
He wasn't there, Crip. He wasn't there.
No. Marilyn Manson, I don't think performed at Ozfest.
I met Marilyn Manson, shook his hand.
You shook Marilyn Manson's hand?
But no, honestly, Greg, okay, so let's say, but we could have used a tackle in that Super Bowl run season.
Yeah.
So I'll play along.
Okay.
We could have rented, who would have still been available that was out of the playoffs that we could have taken or rented out to play tackle?
I was going to say, San Francisco was in the playoffs. So I was thinking of Trent Williams. We know we couldn't have rented Andrew Whitworth, obviously, but I'm trying to think. No. I really got to think about this one. Oh shit! I'd have to go back.
Conklin was playing okay ball at that time.
No. Who was the guy for the Texans before he went to Washington?
Larry Tunsil.
Tunsil. Okay, Tunsil was playing at his best, and the Texans were horrible that year. Say if the Texans approached you,
just something like that would be a fun thing, and then it's like, oh, you're just renting him. He still goes back to his team.
Why didn't
if I'm renting a player, though, I'm not giving up a first-round pick to rent them for the playoffs. No.
Do you guys remember when the Super Bowl run? We kind of did almost rent a player off the Raiders practice squad. Remember that defensive tackle we picked up? Like before
was it Hurst? Did we pick up Hurst or
no? There's a defensive tackle that we picked up.
I can't remember the name, but I know exactly. After Larry O got hurt, right?
Yeah.
Well, remember we tried to talk Tyler Eifert into coming back, or I think Jesse Bates was texting Geno Atkins, "Get your ass back here," and Geno said, "I can't do it." I know we tried to recruit one of them out of retirement.
Yeah, that'd be tough for like ramping up for the postseason. And I don't even know, man. Renting a player, it depends upon the position because, like, obviously, like the NFL, you got these deeper playbooks and the intricacies of getting them ramped up. I mean, I guess you could do it if it's just like a tackle, like just block, or if you're a pass rusher. But if it's like a secondary guy where there's a lot of communication that needs to take place, I don't know. But I do like the idea.
Hey, the NFL, if you're watching this, thank you very much.
Yeah, Andrew, I would love it if we lost in the press conference afterwards. It's just Zach Taylor pulling down his pants and getting his bare bottom spanked. That would be great.
I think Zach's on the hot seat. I know we've talked about it before, but
he's not. I don't think the Bengals.
I know the Bengals might not think that, but he should be on the hot seat. I guess is what I typically say. Because, you're supposed to be an offensive guru. Like, this is your time. Speaking of guys on the hot seat, Brian Callahan.
He's cooked.
He's
done. Cooked. Yeah, he's done.
Hey, if we lose pitcher next year, we can get Callahan back.
I don't want him. I hate bringing coaches back. I'm ready to turn a page.
What if it meant, though, getting Callahan and his dad, though, to be the offensive line coach? He brings his dad with him.
The Titans' offense line has not played well under him.
I was about to say, his dad might be washed at this point, too.
Yeah. I'm done with these like retread coaches, dude. Like, let's get somebody up and coming.
Young and hungry.
Well, I gotta tell you, if Zach Taylor's on the hot seat, your next head coach is probably Dan Pitcher. That's just the Bengals.
I think it's Al Golden. I think it's Al Golden if the defense looks decent.
What about Joe Brady?
It ain't Al Golden yet, then that's for sure. What are we ranked at total defense in the league?
Well, it's still early. He's been a head coach before.
What about Joe Brady? I take him.
Joe Brady?
I'm not as sold.
I don't know about all that hype. Yeah, I'm not.
I'm not as sold on him. I think he gets a lot of hype.
He's gonna be a crazy head coach too, man. He's a little bit of a loose cannon.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson, speaking of coaches that were wanted, man, he wanted to punch Aditi Kinkawalier in the fucking face yesterday. Did you guys see that?
No.
She was talking to him at halftime, and she was like, "Oh, do you think you need to change anything?" And he's like, "Well, do you think so?" And she was like, "Yeah, I do." And then he's like, "Oh, you do?" And he gave her a death stare. It looked like he's gonna fucking hit her.
Yeah, his ride there early on has been a little up and down. Like, he's been kind of weird in the media. I know a lot of Bengals fans loved the idea of getting Ben Johnson and Bobby Slowick, the offensive coordinator from the Texans, who now is just a pass game coordinator. It's I don't know. I'm not sold on Ben Johnson either. Well,
the Texans also traded Cam Robinson today
Yeah.
tackle to the Browns, and it's like their line is so bad. They traded Tunsil. I'm like, they must really hate CJ Stroud. And I'm not saying he's played well, but good Lord, you're giving this man absolutely nothing for protection. And it's like,
yeah, right.
They must hate him. Like he must have fucked the owner's daughter or something. Like it's what we're trying to get Greg to do with Elizabeth Blackburn, so we can get up in there and make some changes.
She's married, dude.
So what?
Somebody, I was listening.
I had a friend that used to say, "I've never seen a ring plug a hole."
That's true. They're hollow in the middle.
Think about it.
You could plug a hole though, Greg.
Yeah, I do. I do think somebody brought up a good point. You know how like the NFL is like kind of cyclical, or it's kind of going back into like trying to establish more of the run game now. They were saying like the Texans lead into the opposite way. Like they're just going 11 personnel and spreading it out and letting Stroud just like try to pick them apart and get the ball out of his hands fast. I will say he had a really good damn game yesterday.
When he wasn't getting hit because they just forgot to block people.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, maybe Cam Robinson's addition by subtraction.
Maybe, but man, I just feel like they're struggling. They have to invest in it at some point heavily, and they haven't. They've done the opposite. They've been getting rid of guys.
But wouldn't it be funny? The Ravens play the Texans this coming week. If everybody just is putting the RIP flag up for the Texans and they come out and beat Baltimore and go
That's what we need.
Yeah.
I hope they do. I'm gonna root for him.
Is Joe Mixon back? When does he come back? Because it's after week 4, so let's see
I don't know.
4-week IR or see longer.
It could have been a season thing too. I think they're still waiting on it. But Nick Chubb actually is looking okay from what I saw.
Well, I think Woody Marks has been their best guy out of USC, and I know he's a hell of a third down guy. That was a guy we talked about for the draft stuff, like as a pass catcher. Chop, you wearing that LSU hoodie I gave you?
Sure am, man.
Oh, shit.
Look at that. I had that for several years. I wore it on here once in support of LSU's win and my guy Port Chop.
Right.
Ever since then, Nussmeier has sucked.
I know. You need to get this. I need to get this fucking sweatshirt back to you.
No, I mean, to be fair, I think he sucked like a couple weeks, you know.
Yeah.
I still gave it to you.
Since the beginning of the season, he hasn't been great.
Well, anyways, this is a nice sweatshirt, but let's transition to college football talk. We can always go back to Bengals chat. You can ask us a question. And Taylor Stout said he heard there's a 10% chance Mixon plays this week. So maybe he is ramping up off of 4, but they're trying to figure it all out. Yeah. LSU, they lost Trinidad Chambliss. This kid out of D2 Ferris wasn't even expected to be the heir apparent to Jackson Dart, who got his first start in the NFL. Looked pretty decent, to be fair.
Yeah,
because that Russell Wilson guy sucks. Bengals fans,
terrible.
Why? Now there's no Malik Neighbors, another LSU guy who got injured. Probably
That's
done.
So sad. Season. I'm so sad for that kid, man.
Well, he's also on your fantasy team.
Well, I mean, Jackson Dart. Yeah, I don't even care about that. You know, I suck at fantasy.
I know.
Like fucking Jackson Dart comes out, lights it up, and I'm like, I mean, I woke up after the injury and all that stuff, but I'm just thinking like here he's got a chance, you know, to light it up this season where he hasn't had a quarterback before, and then boom, ACL, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's terrible, so sad. He's one of my now that I started watching college football, I feel like I have like football sons. Like they can go play for other teams and I can love them on their other teams. And so Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors are my football sons. Brian Thomas Jr. is kind of like a stepson, kind of, you know. But like no offense to my stepkids, I didn't mean that like that. But anyway,
you got actual stepkids too.
I do.
Dickhead.
I know, I'm an asshole.
But LSU, they finally have like an average defense, right?
Dude, they went out and paid for the best defense in college. They got like a really good defense. One of the best.
Mansour Delane at corner is really good. You got Perkins back looking decent. Patrick Payton, Jack Pyburn at the edge position.
They went out and paid a fuck ton of money for a defense, and it worked. The only thing is that the offense decided to, it's like, hey, let's not exist, and let's also never fucking run the ball.
Chop, do you know they hit the transfer portal for their offense too? So they hit on the defense in the transfer portal. They missed the offense, and you let your offensive coordinator. Terrible move by Brian Kelly. He's at Notre Dame, and CJ Carr is absolutely lining it up for Notre Dame. Huge mistake by Brian Kelly.
So their offense coordinator left LSU and went to Notre Dame.
Brian Kelly forced him out and brought in another offensive coordinator, and the guy's absolute dog shit. Like, look at the offense is boring. They're not scheming anybody. They have no run game. It's awful.
None, zero. And then the running back.
Wade, I have no idea on if Rivers is starting. They haven't made that announcement, but it was trending like he might be. That's all we know.
Dalton Risner, do you think it's fair to take him? I know he obviously played, but he did well against Cleveland. But I mean, do you think that's wise to make a move like that? Or
well, I go back and forth, and we'll get back to LSU too, because but we're going to jump around a little bit. We don't have a set structure of this show, and this is just how it is. But no, Greg, then he just leaves.
No. I was looking for something. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think he's played decent. You don't want to keep making a bunch of changes, and I also talked about I don't want to necessarily start Rivers on the road in Denver, Monday Night Football. It's just like, are we setting him up for failure a little bit? I do think maybe he could take over. And Reisner, he's played for Denver. That's who drafted him. So he knows the atmosphere. He knows the environment there. I would kind of like to let Reisner maybe get the start. But if he's struggling or if he's still injured a little bit, then you got to turn to Rivers. So that's where I'm at with it, but I think it's a good question.
Well, here, and I want to see him go at the end of the game. They shouldn't have fucking cut me. Just like the same way that, West Ham did a couple years ago. Brown.
Yeah, and then we saw how that turned out. So no one should ever
minor detail.
Yeah.
48-10 last week. Shit.
Do you think there's a chance that maybe they do a little rotate? I'm not a big fan of this, but maybe a little rotational stuff too?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Just I'm not at the NFL level.
At right guard?
You see, especially us being Buckeye fans.
Yeah.
They did that a lot, and then they won the national championship. They got guys experience and stuff.
Yeah. But part of me is too, it's like, this is professional football. Let's not baby guys. If you're going to play,
I know.
Out there. Yeah.
It's a lot of fucking money they're getting paid, man. That, get out there and play.
But Rivers is a 5th-round pick. It's not like he's a first. If he was a 1st or 2nd-round pick, I'd be like, hell, put his feet to the fire. You got to see what you got. This is a 5th-round pick, so you knew he wasn't maybe quite ready. And hell, honestly, the Bengals thought he was a tackle. We didn't necessarily think that. We thought this guy's probably going to be better at guard. I will say this. If he does start and he plays well and the O-line looks good tonight, then you go, oh, boys. Oh, man, we're going to have boners. We're going to have boners the rest of the week because we're going to be like, we have a left guard and a right guard that are rookies, cost-controlled. Oh, man, it felt so good about it. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
we'll see. I don't know. So I go back and forth because if he goes out there and he plays good, I'd be like, hell yeah, great decision. If he goes out there and plays bad, and that's most things with football, so easy to second guess and go, probably wouldn't have started him on the road in Denver Monday Night Football for his first start.
Yeah, that's fair. It is exciting to think about the opportunity that maybe Fairchild's played decent. He comes along, we got a hit in the 5th round with Rivers. And that's trending in the right direction for offensive line,
Well, what are we doing here, stranger?
Is that serious?
I'm looking
it
at
probably is. And that's been happening a lot. Projecting a weather delay tonight.
Oh,
stranger
seriously?
says.
Mixed clouds with sun and scattered thunderstorms. High of 79.
Well, Dave Portnoy would say just play through it. Sign a waiver. That's dumb shit.
I got to tell you, man, I've been to a game at Paycor when it was Paul Brown Stadium where they were playing the Patriots, and that fucking rain was like what I would call survivor rain. It was like a monster. It was raining sideways. I couldn't see the people on the field. It was raining so bad.
Well, that was when, Adam Jones, Pac-Man, and It was perfect
remember,
timing.
The Patriots almost had a touchdown. It was so dark. The guy almost broke through for a touchdown, but the guy tackled in the last second. Then the interception was thrown to Pac-Man. I remember that game. They almost scored a game-winning touchdown because nobody could hardly see anything. But if he would have broke that one tackle, that Patriots running back, we would have lost the game.
Yeah, well, we didn't. We won that game. We beat Tom Brady's ass.
Oh, God, that was awesome.
But, yeah, you couldn't see. I was on field level seats. It was close to where you sat, Dale. That was my old season tickets. And you couldn't see the goddamn field. It was raining fucking hard.
Well, I mean, on TV, you couldn't hardly see anything, because it was raining so hard.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, so Kane, like Sindustry says that Ted needs to step it up. Kane says Teddy K is a cool broski, but he's washed. Man, I get it.
Dirty coming out of my mouth.
He graded okay the first couple of games, though, Teddy K. So I wouldn't say completely washed.
Well, and when I clipped it up, I didn't think it was like atrocious. I thought Orlando Brown was much worse than Teddy K was, and that's just me viewing it, the all 22, me watching it back. But he's got to play better. You know what I mean? And we talked about that on Friday, like, because you do have Matt Lee behind him. You have no one behind Orlando Brown. So he has to play better because shit, it'd be hard for me not to turn to a guy like Matt Lee, who's looked good in every opportunity he's had in preseason. But it's preseason, I get it. But at the same point in time, sometimes, if you can block, you can block. And that guy can block. And Ted's not getting any younger, So I'm not shitting on Ted, but I'm also being real and honest. My opinion is I want the best players out there to help us win. If Ted can't do it anymore, I'm going to Matt Lee.
You said Ted only played left guard, though. He didn't play right guard, right? Center and left guard.
Yeah, that's the tough thing about the NFL. You just never know when guys are just going to fall. And it usually, like, when they fall off a cliff, it just happens out of nowhere. It just looking at Orlando trying to move right now, it's kind of startling. It's scary.
But he's never been. See, I don't want to sound like this guy that's a Bengal apologist for everything. But Orlando has never been a good athlete. So he's always been a little bit slow. And it's like, and this is me not being smart enough or knowledgeable enough to know this, but is the blocking scheme not helping Orlando? Because there is some things that just from my perspective, when I watch this stuff back, I go, why are they having him, try to move so much down the line in the run blocking aspect of it? I don't know. But I know that's not what you're talking about. You're talking about foot speed, holding up on the outside as a left tackle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's been a roller coaster this season through 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
He had a bad game against Cleveland. He had a pretty good game against Jacksonville, and he had a really bad game, really, really bad game against Minnesota. So it's like, bro, and you can't have that as a guy playing left tackle, and I would say protecting your franchise, but Burrow's already hurt. And that wasn't on Orlando that he got hurt. But we're not winning games if we don't have good O-line play.
Yeah.
But we're also getting – goddamn, I sound like an apologist. We're getting bad blocking from our tight ends. We're getting bad pass protection blocking from our running backs on third downs.
Yep.
We're getting across the board some really bad blocking, and I don't know if it's scheme or just players or a combination, and typically it's a combination. So it's alarming, but I don't want to shit on 1 or 2 guys because I think there's 7 or 8 guys that are to blame, plus the coaches, plus the schemes, plus the offense coordinators. So that's just my opinion on it, and that's not apologizing for them because they're playing like dog shit. Are they put in the best positions to play better? Probably not. Is the tight ends blocking bad? Yes, I can say that for a fact. The running backs, especially Chase Brown's, had some very bad moments blocking. It's not been good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm again a little grace period. New O-line coach. Maybe they're new technique, the way that they do things, schemes, stuff like that. But you definitely like. What we're going into, a month into the season, we definitely need to see some steady improvement, like week over week. If we're not, then obviously it's cause for concern, especially if Orlando continues to kind of look the way that he does, that kind of changes where you're going in the draft too,
Not me. Look, Orlando Brown can play. He could play at a Pro Bowl caliber level, and I still want a left tackle right now. I mean, this O-line is so bad. Get a left tackle now. Put him in the mix. Let him compete. You know what I mean?
Well, also Orlando will be entering the last year of his deal next year, so you want to draft. And the Bengals do that a lot. They draft a year ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really wanted something in the secondary, but now this fucking O-line, I'm just tired of all these issues.
Dude, we have way too many needs because if you don't keep Trey, guess what? You still need another pass. You need a pass rushing edge. You still don't have that. A sack producing edge. Charles asked, Tinsley touchdown today. Why not? Because honestly, we've talked about, and I know he's only had 5 targets on the season, but Yoshi hasn't shown us anything for all the snaps he's getting. Tinsley gets minimal snaps. He blocks his ass off just like Yoshi does, but he makes some circus-ass catches. We may need some of those tonight with Browning at quarterback. So I'm going yes on a Tinsley touchdown for that question. How about you guys?
Dale, is Yoshi's days as a Bengal number, do you think?
It's all about production.
Right.
You keep yourself on the squad if you produce. He's got to definitely. I wouldn't say his days are numbered, but it's also
he's still got another year on his contract. Plus, dude, we're only in week 4. To be fair, so I don't want to completely write him off.
So there's hope.
There is still hope because at least he's been active, unlike Jermaine Burton.
Yeah, Jermaine Burton. Jermaine Burton, McKinley Jackson? All right, I know McKinley had a bad training camp, but he showed progress last year. I thought he did better than Jenkins last year. And all of a sudden, we're just pulling the plug on McKinley Jackson. I know I'm way far behind with McKinley, but he's got to be doing that bad for him to be inactive like this.
Well, I said it's got to be practice and other things and things that they see that they go, well, this wasn't your assignment. You're not doing what we asked you to do, even if it looks okay on tape. Because when I watched him in all 22 in the preseason, and he was out there late in games, and that's a telling sign, but I didn't think he looked bad by any means. Once again, I thought he looked decent last year. So I don't know what's going on with him, but yeah, they're definitely there's no faith in there.
Nope.
Yeah. I've been a Tinsley truther since the Penn State days, though. I liked him a lot. So I would love him. He's a playmaker, let's get more of those guys on the field, right? That can make plays, So, and I think he blocks okay, too. They've set him on. Yeah. So.
All right. Anything else, Bengals? I mean, I was going to pivot to college football, and man, it just turned into full Bengals. We had more discussion than we ever had.
Right.
For 30 minutes. So I'm good with keeping it wherever. I honestly am. It's
I was going to
whatever.
ask
We got a game tonight.
Who won that UC game? Was it UC or Kansas?
UC did beat the Jayhawks. Thank you, Chop.
Hey, Jalen Daniels put up 407 yards. I don't think he transitions to the NFL as a quarterback because he's so damn small. He's been at Kansas for 6 years. But, man, he's a fun college quarterback. Greg, did you watch that game, the Kansas quarterback?
No, I did not, dude, I was happy to see my Bearcats win, Dale. It's always a plus to see my Bearcats win.
Well, it's not your Bearcats if you didn't even take the time to watch Kansas versus Cincinnati. One of the better games.
You didn't watch it?
For Cincinnati in a long time.
I watched that game, and I'm not even a big UC fan.
Why'd you ask me if I watched it?
It was a good game to watch.
Because you thought you would have watched it because you're a Bearcat homer.
Because I knew the Bearcats were going to win, Dale. I didn't need to watch that.
Hey,
dude, this guy actually likes the Buckeyes. He doesn't even – did you watch the Buckeye game?
No, I was fully concentrated on the Reds that day, man. I know the Reds didn't play till later that night, but I was prepping for that Reds game, man.
Did they say that Javon Daniels, he's like a 7th-year player in the college?
Sixth as far as I know, but hell, it could be 7. He could have had something else in there. I have him for his 6th year. Yeah, he's been around Kansas for a long time. He's just too small.
I want to go back. I want to really go turn the clock.
Well, I want to continue this Jalen Daniels conversation first. So, what I have like in the draft guide, Chop, is I think he's a prime player to transition to like a running back or a receiver in the NFL.
Yeah.
Just because he's too small to probably play quarterback, but man, the kid's electric, right? Like,
yeah, he is. You're right. And you could put him in special packages too, like we did with Mohamed Sanu a couple times.
Denard Robinson, remember he transitioned, but to running back, but you were still able to put him in at quarterback and like the Wildcat and stuff.
Yeah,
I could see that for his future.
Big 12 is by far the most entertaining conference to me in college football because it's like all the teams are pretty similar in talent for the most part. I mean, Texas Tech, obviously they spent a lot in the portal on NIL. They got some dudes on defensive line, but man, like every Big 12 game is super fun to watch. And just generally, I've always been equal part NFL and college guy. But when I sat down and watched ball this weekend, like I always do with multiple screens and just geek out all weekend, college football is so much more entertaining to me. Like I texted you guys on Sunday morning for the early NFL games. I was like, this is my first time. We're like, should I go find something else to do? These games are boring.
Well, I said it on Saturday, right? I was like, college football greater than NFL football. It just is. Like the product is so much more fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, there is a lot more games, to be fair. But
yeah,
this is the first time and I'm a draft guy, but it's the first time in my life where I've been like, and the Bengals have sucked a lot in my life, to be fair. That I'm just like, man, I just enjoy watching college football so much more than watching NFL and the Bengals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know we're Bengals and Brews. Like, I'm still always going to root for the Bengals, but college football is really fun right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's equal. Like, I feel like Ohio State is clear head above shoulders of all the teams from what I've seen so far, especially their defense is just lights out. But, like, it was a great day for the sport of college football, like on Saturday. Like it just the parity has come into the NFL. Like your upper echelon SEC teams, like those used to be your dominant programs. And now all those teams are kind of like either it's LSU, Ole Miss, or Ole Miss, Texas, or Texas plays Georgia. They're all like games in which somebody's going to win by 3 points, right? It's just like, you could see parity has taken place in college now, and I think it's actually cool to see.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan, listen. I've got him as a 6th-round guy, but he is in the draft guide now. He has got him. Once you get in the draft guide, you can move up. Cole Payton, this kid, North Dakota State. First year as a starter. He actually started the first game of last season for North Dakota State at running back. Because they had Gronowski. They had his guy from Iowa. Ryan, it's hard to trust your opinion because you said Gronowski was going to be quarterback one.
Yeah, he's horrible for Iowa. He's been bad. Yeah, he's so bad. He's so bad.
But he's fun. But that's Cole Payton. He's a lefty, so he's even more fun. So, Dustin, if you haven't watched this Cole Payton, check him out because I've seen Ryan and some other guys talk about him, and I dove into him a little more, and I added him to the draft guide. So he's in there. He's on the board, you know.
If you're watching,
you know who got bumped out? Gronowski got bumped out to best of the rest section.
If
you can also, once you're in the draft guide, you can also move down.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Gronowski was South Dakota State. My bad. Cam Miller was North Dakota State, and Cam Miller was a fun. But that's the thing. Cam Miller had a transition to wide receiver.
Yeah, just watch my boy JKS for California spin it.
Yeah, and this kid's a freshman, but man,
yeah,
there's no one who loves a college player more than Dustin loves Jaron Key, Supa
Batelli. Pinpoint accuracy, knows where to go with the ball, throws with anticipation, can move, can manipulate the pocket, throws receivers open. Like, dude, you don't see true freshmen doing that anywhere.
Would you tongue kiss him?
I would do anything to that dude.
Ooh,
I just love watching. Listen, I just love watching good ball and good quarterback play. Yeah. Like, there's.
Do you think LSU should try to get him in a transfer portal?
They probably will. He's definitely, his bag is going to be heavy.
Yeah, he's at Cal. Like, you know what I mean? And like Mendoza transferred to Indiana from Cal. I could see that kid as a true freshman transferring to a big school. LSU, I know you've got some high recruits, but man, you saw what this kid did on the field. Well, Dustin did for you, Chop. And I'm sure LSU coaches are seeing it. You might love this guy too, Chop. You might love this guy too.
I love anybody that helps the program. The Bengals, anybody that's going to help the program, let's do it. Let's get in there and let's get a trophy.
The only way that you're going to help the program is get rid of your offensive coordinator first.
I don't disagree, bro.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't disagree. Like, it's very disappointing. Like, I already knew, like, going into this game that they're fucking pretenders. Like, Clemson has been getting.
I'll be right back so we can talk some Ohio State too.
Clemson's been getting their ass kicked all fucking season. So the win that we had over them at the very beginning of the season that took us from 9th ranking to the 3rd didn't look as good after they're getting the shit kicked out of them by everybody else. And then we, beat La Tech and was it Southeastern Louisiana or some shit like that. And then Florida, who's not ranked. I knew it. Old Miss was my barometer, and I saw it.
A little hype going to that game. Whit Weeks was dating. What's his
well, he's still dating. So like they would have won. And then at the end, did you see Lane Kiffin was like he was talking smack to Whit Weeks? Like the reporter came up and he was like, "I haven't found Whit to see what his over under hit or not." And I was like, "Cocksucker!" And later that night he probably made his.
I will say. Lane was playing it. Lane knows his family. He enjoys his daughter being with Whit Weeks.
Yes, he does because he was. I saw he was. They asked him about it. And he was like, "Bro," he was like, "I love that family." He was like, "We recruited him." Yeah. So I think a bigger deal was probably made out of it than it needed to be. It was fun. Oh yeah, it's fun. Yeah. That's Lane was just razzing Whit. It was fun stuff when he was like, I had to find him, see what his over under was or whatever.
But what? Chop, what you're referring to is like transient property. Like you even see it like not even happening in the NFL. Like how many people crown the Packers as Super Bowl champions after week 1?
Right.
And they tied they're like, oh, their defense is not going to give up anything. The Cowboys without CeeDee Lamb picked them apart last night.
That was a shootout. And there was no defense.
By the way, I tell you, one good game I didn't catch up. Tampa and Philly. I mean, Tampa's for real. I mean, can we just say Baker Mayfield just totally revamped it? I know we did it 2 years ago, but Baker Mayfield, he's still playing. I'm just so happy to see him play. And he got the hell out of Cleveland. I'm really happy for Baker.
I got to tell you though, man, going down to Tampa, those guys they use that heat to their advantage. They're used to practicing in over 100 degrees. Here come the Eagles. Man, those guys, they were gassed. Can you imagine putting on all that equipment and a helmet and it's like over 100 degrees on the field?
Can you imagine your quarterback not completing a pass in the second half and you still win?
Well, I've always said, yeah.
Jalen Hurts didn't complete a pass in the second half and they won.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Has that even happened ever?
Yesterday.
Like the 1920s or some shit. Yeah, I don't know. It's
and if it's happened, you've been up so much. This game was still like
down to the wire.
Tampa kept making it close,
Yeah.
In that second half. That's crazy.
Is what Saquon? Should we start keeping an eye on him? Only averaged 3.1 yards a carry this year.
Well, if his quarterback completed a pass for the entire half, shit, it's hard to average any yards.
Well, wasn't that kind of the same as last year, though? Like, no one was scared of that pass game last year either.
I don't know. I still, like, Saquon went Super Saiyan last year, so I still think he's got that in him.
Yeah, I'm just saying, keep an eye. Are those
a lot of people think Derrick Henry, you being one of them, is washed. I don't think he is. He just didn't have any carries.
What, last game?
Yeah, he had 4 carries for I don't remember what it was, but it was 8 yards per carry. But he had 4 carries into the second quarter, and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. They were on the 2-yard line or 1-yard line or something, and it was a situation where you think Derrick Henry would punch it in, and they had Justice Hill out there. And then it was like a passing play that got all jacked up. It was terrible.
Kenneth Gainwell looked like the best running back on the Steelers rosters yesterday.
He did. Yeah. Kenneth Gainwell looked good.
Yeah.
And we can say that now that Tyler Kelly must have went back to work because they ain't seen no comment. So we can give praise there. But Is Jalen Warren washed? That's the question. Yeah. Ohio State though, because homers.
Yeah.
Couple homers here.
Well, homer out.
Greg also a homer. He doesn't even watch UC. He loves the Buckeyes. I know he does. He helped us win a national championship by shit talking them. He did it because he loved it. Yeah. Greg loves the Buckeyes. Just for the record.
He likes the Buckeyes.
I may have gone overboard, and I know it's just a win against Washington, but that defense has got some players. And a couple of them I've had in 2027 for a while. Arvell Reese, I'd moved to 2026 in the draft guide. But I moved him up to linebacker too, behind only C.J. Allen from Georgia. And then D-tackle Caden McDonald, I had in 2027. I'm like, this is his first starting experience. He's a good run stuffer. He's got 3 sacks on the season, 2 in this past game.
Yep.
He's like 330, 6'3", 330. And he actually has a bit of a bag. I didn't think he had a bag because I guess I haven't seen it because, well, he only played on goal line, short yardage a lot for the Buckeyes when they had Tyleek Williams and all the other guys they've had, Hamilton, all those guys. I moved him up to D-tackle too. He is only behind Peter Woods, who's a top 5 player still, even though he hasn't had a great season from Clemson. That's going to be a good NFL player in Peter Woods. But I think Caden McDonald, I mean, I've got him closer to 30 than top 5, but I think he's D-tackle too because Caleb Banks from Florida has showed me nothing. Nothing. Yeah. He's been injured. He's barely played. And, man, this is a guy who's, 6'6", 340, just like a monster. Those guys always let me down. How's the guy doing for the Bills, the 4th-round pick from Kentucky? Because I liked him, and then he let me down and went the 4th round.
Well,
I know he had some flashes, but
Mike Green's letting you down.
Well,
hey, thank God.
Win rate.
We're gonna pick. Hey, let's let Mason Graham let your ass down too, please.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Yeah, he's not. He's not.
I know. But. And Carson Schlesinger, fuck all them.
Right, and he's not. He's playing really well.
Yeah, they're both studs.
Which situations, I guess, matter. And Baltimore is really injured. Like, I don't think Mike Green, he's more of a DPR kind of player at his size. But that can be valuable. But when you're putting him in there on these running downs and these other downs, and he's getting dominated.
Well, I think he's not winning in pass rush sets either.
Yeah. Well, maybe is he out there too much? I don't know. I'm just
could be getting.
I mean, whatever. I don't bury guys after one season.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good pass rusher.
I'm just poking the bear a little bit.
No, poke that fucking bear. Bear will fucking bite.
Yeah. Careful now.
How's
the Buckeyes.
How's your Peoples dude doing for Virginia Tech?
Hey, I'll be right back.
Who?
Who was for Virginia Tech that you love?
Yeah. Oh God, now that is a huge L for me because he got drafted in the 6th round. It's even on the roster. I mean, at some point they have so many injuries. You think he'd be playing? I'm blanking on his Peebles. But I'm blanking on. Yeah, I'm blanking on the first
name. Was it Aeneas?
Yeah, Aeneas Peebles. And he's a little undersized, so they played him on the edge a little bit, D-tackle. But that's for the size people out there, They're like, you got to get the bigger dudes in the draft.
No, Jay Gruden has said that. You got to get the bigger guys. Size does matter.
Well, women say that, Greg.
What?
They say size matters. But no, the Bengals for edge, because I'm always Donovan Ezerique or whatever. I don't think he's having a great season necessarily for Dallas so far, which they're kind of a shit show. But, you want guys that can be on the field against the run or pass because, well, it's the offense's job to make sure you don't know if it's run or pass, to be fair, for a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So Quincy Rhodes is another guy added to the draft guide. This kid's only 20, 6'6", 270. The Bengals are going to have a hard-on for the top of this edge class. I was telling you that over the weekend, Dustin, but go ahead with what you were saying.
Well, I was going to say, Quincy Rhodes, oh, my God. 6'6", 276, bro. Put him in Bengals. Photoshop him.
His spin move looks like Mike Green's, but he's 276 and 6'6".
Yeah.
Look at that shirt. It looks so good. Like
it looks very good, actually.
I'd have to get mine customized, Chop, to say Streak 4.
You need a custom one? You need a custom Streak 4 one?
Yeah, I went to Paycor, and I just got this Streak 4 instead of Streak 1.
I can't wait to wear this bitch out, man.
Well, honestly, see, I don't like I have 2 Mike Clown shirts, and now I ain't even mad at Mike Brown. Honestly, think Katie and Troy are way worse than him.
So do I. So I heard that it would be worse when Mike Brown wasn't in charge and the Blackburns took over. But
it's looking that way.
Would you guys willing to take new ownership on both the Reds and the Bengals, but they're new teams and the logos and the history go away?
No.
You know who was rumored to want to buy part of the Reds, and not full ownership, but Charlie Sheen was rumored to want to invest part of the Reds.
Well, he might be able to now with his Netflix documentary. That man's on every podcast right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I remember going on Jeff's show when he had Bronson Arroyo on, and he was telling some good Charlie Sheen stories. Like, so everyone just go back and check that out. When I was on, this a couple years ago. Good stuff.
This shirt is sick. I ain't gonna lie, man. Look, I ain't bragging on myself, but there's some fucking bangers in my shop.
Well, and you also got to give credit to Brandon.
I give credit to Brandon Murphy, man.
It literally his idea. And that's a banger. And that's what, if you have shirt ideas, you message the Chop Shop.
Hey, look, I am open to suggestions. I appreciate any suggestion. If you got an idea for a shirt, let me see what I can do.
Well, you message Chop. Chop will take it to Chop will take it to better level and all that and stuff.
I mean, I bought 3 things from the Chop Shop over the weekend. I was like, I'm not even going to ask the wife. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
She ain't seen it yet, or I'd probably be getting yelled at, but that's almost half my closet now is just Chop Shop stuff.
No, same here, man. They fit me perfect. I love Chop Shop shirts. I love for lounging around. I love all that shit.
Yeah. He never made that for you, Taylor. The Jamaria party. I remember I sent it to him, Taylor. He said, "Fuck Taylor. I don't care if he's getting married and lives in New England."
Mario party. Man, if I
I forgot to ask you. So back to the Ohio State Washington game. Do you have any messages for Corey Dillon for Friday saying it could be a good game?
Yeah, Corey goes to me. So I texted him on Saturday when Washington was up 3-0, and I said, "Man, your Huskies came out to play today." Ghosted me.
Oh,
and then I actually blame him because then the Buckeyes smacked that out when they actually let Julian Sand throw the ball. Because that was the frustrating part. They were just trying to run every single play because it's his first road game, being a redshirt freshman. But that kid's he's just smart, man. He's got that IQ, and I know I was not an Andy Dalton fan, but he reminds me a little bit of Andy Dalton, but probably with a little more pizzazz to him. That's why he's somewhere in between Drew Brees and Andy Dalton. And he's a little smaller, so that's why, he's 6'1".
Yeah.
But he's got some stones, man. I like that. And he's smart. He's not going to make the big turnover, the dumb play, at least so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
We love you, Corey. We love you, buddy. It was a good game. It was a good.
Washington was actually moving the ball a little bit. Yeah. They're attacking the seams. Jonah Coleman
was Jonah Coleman, who we talked about. That's a good running back.
Denzel Boston didn't show up, but and then I think as the game went on and as teams with the depth that Ohio State has and just the skill, you could start to kind of see that take over.
And their defense, man.
Yeah.
Caden Curry, man. How about Caden Curry? 3 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, tied a Buckeyes record of all time with, several other players. But shit, man. Big, and he's a weird evaluation for draft. I still got him a late day 3 guy, even after games like that. He's having a great season. He may just end up being one of those really good college players. The Buckeyes have had those guys. I don't know that he'll ever be a stud in the NFL, and that's okay.
Yeah. I think Sawyer had a solid second game for Pittsburgh. I don't know.
We agree that the play of the day over the weekend was that screen past that big Alabama lineman who just
Caden Proctor. And he had his best game as a blocker too, as to be fair to him, because he's been getting – I have serious concerns about him sticking at tackle with his foot speed, but that play was fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a second play that could be play of the NFL weekend. It was a SportsCenter top 10, and there was a SportsCenter not top 10 all in the same play. What play am I talking about? It's a quiz now.
I don't have any idea.
Colts, Adonai Mitchell.
Oh, yeah.
Bro made a hell of a contested catch. Spin move. He's going into the end zone. Moves the ball over to his other hand and fumbles through the end zone.
No.
My brother-in-law did not have a good day yesterday, man. As a Colts fan, he was. I don't blame.
They should have won it. I guarantee he would have known the play I was talking about.
Yeah, he would have. Well, no. Ramsey didn't Dale Jones throw a bad interception for pick six to Ramsey also to lose the game, or?
No, like Tutu Atwell got open because Lou Anarumo, that genius that so many people have been saying, like, look at what he's doing with the Colts, which I thought he would do good. He needed to be motivated. He had 10 guys on the field.
Ugh.
And the Rams hit like a 90-yard touchdown with like a minute and a half left.
He only needs 10. He's good like that.
Like,
the mad science is not as effective as have enough players on the field, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like what the Colts are doing. Like, I don't care. I wish success for Lou. And
so do
like,
I. Hey.
Daniel Jones, who has been just like the butt of every joke, Danny Dimes, like they were almost undefeated.
Vanilla Vic. Yeah.
Vanilla Vic. Yes.
Vanilla
it's a great nickname too.
I love that.
Danny Dimes, Vanilla Vic. He's got all the nicknames.
Yes. And he's balling out, man. I like to see it when like a team gets a guy and then he doesn't do any good and he goes to another team and he balls out. Like he's doing a really good job up there in Indy.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch either of the late games for college? Like,
no.
I did.
I've watched that Alabama-Georgia game.
Yeah. I watched them both.
Greg, you must have watched.
Did you guys watch Oregon and Penn State?
Yeah.
I watched both. I was watching both as well. Bro, I was watching everything. I was watching both of the, and shout out to YouTube TV /Chop, who gives me his password, but I can only see dual screen. But I had the Reds on and those games on. Boys, I had the biggest boner of all time.
Yeah, it's great.
You can only see what screen?
Dual screen, like, because it's always that, like, it's like you're not in your home area, and I'm like, okay, and then I'll try something else, and it'll go in, and I'm like, all right.
Wow.
You can build your own multi-screen too.
Hey, I want to ask you guys a question. I want to ask a quick Reds question. Why in hell did yesterday, thank God for the Marlins, why did we bench Stewart and Stevenson yesterday?
I don't know.
Bro, I hated that lineup.
Yeah.
And
like, honestly, that's what we'd be talking about if the Marlins didn't win, because that was a dumb lineup and we didn't have any hitting once again.
That's like, I'm optimistic against the Dodgers. We have to score runs though. You know,
well, I'd rather play the Dodgers than the Brewers. If I had to pick between those two, I know the Dodgers. I'd rather play the Dodgers. The Brewers are just a damn good team, man.
Yeah, I think we're going to be in these games. We just need somebody to come up with a key hit. We have to get better with when we get runners on base. That's like the most infuriating thing. Like how many times we've had like bases loaded, one out, a runner on third, one out, a runner's on first and second. We can't get him over.
And Dustin, he's already came out and said he's already given up on the Mets. Pete Alonso pretty much said, I'm opting out of my contract. We need to pick up Pete Alonso and bring him into Cincinnati now.
Bro, you can't worry about next year when you're
after this year. We win the World Series.
No. You can't worry about that. Now, I do think, like, getting in the playoffs, will the Reds be content? Will the ownership be like, hey, we made it in. We got Tito. We don't have to spend, where they should be like, no, we should spend more because we made the playoffs and make a real push. And maybe we do. we have the pitching to make a push.
We have the
but I'm with
deepest
Dustin.
pitching.
Do we have anybody that can get a damn hit? I think we have guys, but if Tito won't play them, it don't matter.
I am so out on Matt McClain. I am never.
Well, for this year, listen, I
don't give a shit about his shoulder. Like he looks like he's not even seeing pitches. You know, like he looks lost at the plate.
Well,
like,
our third baseman. Remember, people were complaining with the third baseman we traded for. What was his last name?
Brian Hayes.
Brian Hayes. Remember, you know who he reminds me of a little bit? Tucker Barnhart. Remember, everybody said, "Oh, Tucker Barnhart can't hit worth shit," but Tucker Barnhart was a damn good defensive player. Every great hit that was hit towards third base, Hayes just gloved like bam, out, bam, out. Defense matters just as much as offense. And Steer, why did we, even though it didn't matter Saturday, have Steer play first base? Don't put Steer in the outfield ever again.
Uh-oh.
Right?
Why can't Stewart play second base?
He's injured. He's on the baseball.
Yeah. No, baseball. Sal Stewart. Why can't he play
baseball? As Greg said, all weekend long. Baseball.
Baseball. I say that's a formality. Baseball. I love baseball.
No, either way, like Stewart should be in the lineup. His bat is too impactful, and I don't know that he does anything wrong in the field. Like, I'm okay with like certain pitchers get their catcher or whatever, and I think that was the thing with Trevino, but
right,
and Singer, but Stevenson's been clutch down the stretch, and we're gonna need him.
Well, also Singer, why didn't we take Singer out when we had all these other pitchers ready to go?
But I'm going back to the Matt McClain because I don't want to pile on this guy because I'm unlike Dustin. I think he still could be good. He's going to need a little time off the shoulder. It's just one of those things.
That's fair.
But you're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
His defense is not super impactful that you can't play somebody else above this guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Lux in they had Lux playing outfield or first? Where was Lux playing?
They had him outfield,
right?
and they played him a game at second base too, right? Was that the Friday game?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I would have, if I'm going to have Lux in that lineup yesterday, he's going to be playing second. McClain's going to be on the fucking bench. Because he can't hit anything right now.
Dustin, help me out. Another player, the guy we got from the A's that's just been hot, nonstop hot.
Andujar.
He's going to be a free agent after this year, but man, he's just been. What's his last name?
Andujar.
God, he has just been on fire.
Yeah, I mean, get your bats in the lineup, Benson. You know, you need to score runs.
You got to score. But like Dale said, this is the deepest pitching depth I've ever seen in my life for the Reds. I mean, this is awesome. And I've always stated in the past, let's trade some of our pitching depth to get some hitting. But I understand why. I mean, you need to keep as much pitching as you possibly can. I even hear there's talk they're going to use Chase Burns as closer if we can't get Pacom back, which I would be totally fine with. But although
I'm just excited because we're going to have Hunter Green. Like, if there's a game, and I know they're all in LA, it's a 3-game series.
I don't care.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but some cucks live in Utah, and it's like 7 o'clock there or whatever.
Perfect. It's perfect time here.
Yeah, right. How bad?
Well, Dustin, didn't it take you back? Remember 1999? We thought we had the playoffs, and we were playing the Brewers in Milwaukee 3 games, and we lose 2 out of 3. That was the same fear I was having.
So the Marlins got up on the Mets early, and I was just kind of like, and the game was pacing with each other.
Yes.
So as the game went on more, like I didn't have any nervous energy.
There was one time, bases loaded, 2 outs.
Yeah.
And he hits a rocket. What's his name? Hits a rocket in the outfield.
Was it David Wright? David Wright,
David Wright. No. Yeah. He hits it right in the outfield. It was just right place, right time. I mean, the Mets had like 10 runners in scoring position throughout the entire game. So
they kept having guys on base and not get. It was like, oh my gosh, because the Reds were not doing their part.
No.
Last game. But to be fair to the Reds, we cannot say they backed in. What was their record winning? They and 2 out of 3, first time they beat the Brewers in a series. And how many times? Several.
Well, Do you think Tito should be considered for manager of the year or no?
That might be a little strong, I think that's a little strong, but yeah, I mean, the back end is kind of stupid. I mean, we played 500 ball, but then, we played really well against like the upper echelon of teams down the stretch. Like,
right.
I think we all thought like we traveled to Sacramento to play the A's, and that was just like a mess. So for them to fight and bounce back through that, we're like, I feel like the Mets were just kind of in a tailspin, like the whole entire second half of the season. So
who's that guy who's a Mets fan on Barstool Sports? He's just having a
Frank.
Yeah. Oh my God. He's just having a huge meltdown on social media, man.
And he's a Dolphins fan too. So
yeah. It could be really bad again for him tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But imagine being a Mets fan. You spend all this money to get Soto, and the owner comes out and says, I apologize. The manager, Mendoza, he is staying, they say. But, I mean, if you're a Mets fan, you're like, what the fuck, right? We have the second highest payroll.
You know what? Not my fucking problem. We don't have the second highest payroll. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
We have to enjoy Ellie while we have him. That's why I would bench McLean's ass for the most part. And I would get the hitters in the lineup, and I'd say, let's find a way to beat the Dodgers. We got the pitching. The pitching.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny for Mets.
Don't shock the world, man. You beat the Dodgers, you're right in the mix. Then you play the Phillies, then you beat the Brewers or whoever, and then you're in the World Series. Oh, come on, man. That'd be fun.
And Dustin, haven't we had good luck against the Phillies too, I think, this year also?
Yeah. We played them when they weren't playing their best ball.
Right.
Their lineup is pretty killer. So
they
got really good pitching and bullpen too. So they would be a tough out for sure. But what's nice about playing the Dodgers, we only need to win 2 games. And being an underdog, if we can win the first game of the series, that actually puts a lot of pressure on the Dodgers because you're the favorite. You're playing in your home stadium. Like it can kind of turn on you,
Yep. Actually, we wouldn't play the Phillies, right?
We would play the Phillies next round if we beat the Dodgers.
Yeah, we play the Phillies.
Brewers are the 1 seed. It doesn't work that way.
No. The bracket.
It's a bracket. It's not like lowest place the highest.
No, I thought the same thing too, but no, it's the bracket's all weird. We would be playing the Phillies next. Yes, I think that's how it goes. Yes, when I looked at the bracket.
Damn. Because that, I would rather play probably the Brewers.
I would not, Dale. I would not.
I think I would want to play the Brewers because we've actually played the last 2 series. We've actually played pretty well against them.
Christian Yelich has always killed. Every time Christian Yelich came to play, I'm like, oh my god. But we shut down Christian Yelich. I could not stand Christian Yelich.
Oh, dude, he killed us this year up till the last series. But the Brewers have not been successful in the postseason. I'm kind of like. Maybe that ghost hangs over them. Whereas, the Phillies feel like a team that's built for just, postseason baseball.
All right, I got to go back to football now because I started this. But you know what? You have to beat the fucking Dodgers, who have the highest payroll.
Yes, we do.
Then the Dodgers, did they win it all last year? Or?
Yes, they did.
Mm-hmm. They have.
So you're playing the champion. Los Angeles. So if you don't win that series, none of it matters, right? So
I'm just saying, Dale. Yeah.
I know, but I know. I started. I got excited too. I got excited.
Well, you got me excited, Dale. That's your fault.
Or Greg, has the Dodgers haven't released what their rotation is, though? Have they?
No, I don't think they did. No, but is Clayton Kershaw? I know he's retiring after this year, but I'm sure we're going to be facing Kershaw.
Oh yeah, we'll probably get him game 2 or 3. If it goes that long. So.
I don't care. Bring it on. Bring whoever the fuck on it is. I don't care.
Yeah. Hey, to be the best, you got to beat the best. So can't hide.
I learned that playing NBA Street and video game. To get Michael Jordan, you to beat the best, you have to beat the best. And that just stuck in my head ever since.
Yeah. Yep.
You never played NBA Street, Dale, on PlayStation?
Play with these nuts. You ever play?
Okay.
You ever play Twisted Metal?
No, that was my jam. That was my jam.
You watch that series? You watch the series?
Somebody told me it's really good, so I need to check it out.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I still haven't finished the second season because my daughter's like, she never wants to watch it, but I can't watch it without her.
What's it on?
Peacock.
I'll have to check it out, man.
So I'm Plex.
Yeah, but let's concentrate on tonight's game. One day game at a time, and then we're at next day. But yeah, dude, I'm ready to go. Cincinnati. I love Cincinnati's.
Well, and maybe we're also like so in on the Reds because we're like, well, if tonight goes bad, we got tomorrow.
Right, exactly.
Well,
we got insurance. We got insurance.
I was gonna say it's nice for the Reds too for a lot of different reasons, but it has kind of shifted our minds as Cincinnati fans a little bit off the Bengals a little bit, like so we got something to be excited about,
Ever since
I thought the way they had him come out of that game with his family that maybe he was off the roster, so maybe he's like, maybe he's their pitcher 4 or 5 for this season, so maybe he'd be if they advance, but.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Let me see what the pitching matchups are posted. Let me go to Reds.com.
Hey, you said that TV show is called Twisted Metal, right?
Yeah.
Right. I wrote it down. I'm going to check it out.
Official since I read. So here we go. Come on, show me the Pro Bowl pictures. God damn it, it doesn't show.
Well, Hunter
You
Green.
guys want to buy tickets? I'm buying tickets. I can go buy tickets right now.
Go get some, Greg. Get on your fucking little private jet.
Go out to LA.
Who day, Matt? We're an hour and a half in. Probably a good time to end it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go. Hunter Green is pitching tomorrow, and for the next game, it's Hunter Green again. Damn.
Well, Nick Lodolo, I think
TBD. We don't know who's pitching. All we know is Hunter Green's pitching. We don't know who's pitching for the Dodgers.
I mean, as soon as Lodolo is healthy, and wasn't he in the bullpen warming up yesterday at one point? I think it's going to go Green Lodolo, and that's why you have a chance.
Exactly.
That's your 2 starters, and then if they don't go Lodolo, it's my guy. Fuck.
Who's your guy?
I will say
All-Star game. The All-Star game. He pitched
Abbott.
Andrew Abbott.
Yeah, Abbott and Lodolo. Yeah. I will say I'm football guy through and through, but there's nothing like MLB postseason baseball and NHL hockey playoffs.
I was about to say, see, Kevin's in here. You better say it.
Yeah, hockey, like of all the sports, it's kind of funny. It's intense. Like every pitch, you're on the edge of your seat, So.
All right, boys. Well, good show. I mean, we didn't really have anything. I didn't get the over-unders in. I honestly hadn't even set up the show like 2 hours before time for the show. But yeah, we got her done. And hopefully the Bengals can get her done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Chop, parting words for the people before I hit end stream.
Party word for Who Day. Let's go. Show me what the fuck you can do in Greg's dot bot. That's all.
All right. Like, anything about hookers or anything?
Well, I like hookers.
Well, it's almost October, so we're only a couple months out from hookers and bloat.
Oh yeah, that's true. I thought you were
a few months out from hookers and bloat.
I thought you were talking about my annual trip to Hooker Fest.
Oh, I didn't know you did that.
Oh, because I don't. Is the show ended? Hooker Fest.
No. All right, I better end it. All right. Good night, everybody.